Sorry, I did not get the countdown I normally get from YouTube. Been having a little bit of weird like software glitches, but I'm sure they're just like testing new software. But hi, my name is Carmen, and today we have a reading for you with this King of Swords, and I think it's kind of amusing that we have someone who has their thumbs up sign here, but we also have someone in the back who's holding a knife. Now this is the Cook's Tarot, so it makes sense that he's got a knife. It definitely looks like he's got an apron as well. So it's like, oh yes, excellent sushi. You did a great job, sir. But I'm a little bit concerned because we also have the Hierophant in the reverse. And the Hierophant in this instance is coming through as respect of tradition or rules or how things are supposed to be done. Because it's the Cook's Tarot, we could even say this is somebody who is looking at a recipe and saying, I'm going to swap that out. I'm not going to follow the directions the way they say. So we have someone who is doing things against the expectations or not following protocol or being a bit reckless maybe even. And that person in the back, I feel like this is somebody who is witnessing what's going on and they're wondering, do I need to like call a supervisor? You know, like, do I need to do something about this? Let's call in spirit with a little bit of wind chime time. And I hope you're having a wonderful day so far. If you're interested in a personal reading, I would love to do one for you. My email address is wickedwandstarot, and it's in the description box for you, along with additional information on how to become a member. And also a link to my Etsy page in case you would like one of my homemade candles. They are soy, by the way. And then also we do have members only live stream for those of you that are in the stars or the towers, the top 2 tiers. And that will be at 5:30 Central or in about 5 hours. So you still have time to join. Hello, Stephen. Hello, John. Hello, Rachel. Hello, Joaquin. Hello, James. If you don't have a supervisor, then that's just is you. What else do we have? King of Wands in the reverse. Devil in the reverse and the Magician. Feels like a calm before the storm. Quiet, even though you know that things are about to get chaotic. Like when you send over a message that is particularly volatile, or you know somebody's not going to like what you just said, and you're like, are you mad at me? Are you going to say something? I think there's this expectation between 2 individuals, the King of Wands in the reverse and our Magician, that are basically, it's like we're choosing our weapons, you know? I know there's going to be a melee. I know there's going to be a battle. But we're, you know, putting the plan together. Hello, Key Controller. Hello, Lemonade. Hello, Ryder. How are you doing? Hello, Mark. I almost missed you. How you doing? Three of Cups and the Three of Pentacles. Yeah. I don't know. Maybe this is like we're throwing a birthday party and you're throwing one too, and I want to make sure that everybody comes to my birthday party. If you've ever watched the I Love Lucy episode where they're throwing a party for their son, and oh gosh, which friend was it? I don't know if I remember which friend. Caroline, maybe? Or Carolyn? Was that her name? Some other friend of hers has a child that is having a birthday the same day, and so Lucy comes up with the idea that, oh, well, we'll just make sure that Superman is here, then everybody will want to come to our party instead. There's some sort of like negotiating or bargaining, like, I'm going to do something here. And it's a little bit out of the ordinary. It's probably not what people would think of me. And I might even be breaking a few rules because the Hierophant's in the reverse, right? But it's okay. because what I want as far as an outcome requires that I get just a little bit creative with what I do. Hello, Junior. How are you doing? What else do we have? Two of Wands, Ace of Wands, and the Page of Wands. Okay, that's a lot of fiery energy, which is interesting because we also started off with the King of Wands in the reverse and the Magician, which are both fire energy cards. I think there's going to be a fight. I think there's going to be an argument. I think there's going to be some, hopefully not throwing hands, but I do think that this is like, I can outsmart you, or, you know, you don't expect me to do this, so that gives me like a little bit of an edge, so why wouldn't I do that? Hello, Javon, how are you doing? What else? Knight of Wands in the reverse and the Eight of Pentacles. Two of Swords. This is not just like, I don't like you, so I'm gonna insult you. You know, that can definitely be effective. But this is more so like I'm picturing grumpy old men where Walter Matthau and, is it Jack Lemmon? Live next door to each other, but they hate each other. And so I think it was Jack Lemmon's character had one of those like universal remotes, and he was messing with the television that Walter Matthau was trying to watch. Which is, you know, like you have to actually have quite the grudge to care so much that that's what you do. Like, oh, they're watching their favorite show, I gotta make sure to ruin them, or ruin that for them, right? They've been putting in work. What can I do to make sure that this person backs off, or this person gets the hint, or leaves me alone, or leaves that person alone? This is not just reactionary. I'm putting together a detailed plan, and I'm gonna like show you. You're gonna realize that you have to make a different choice, or you're gonna realize that wow. So remember we had the Three of Cups, and then we had the Three of Pentacles come out together? Clarifying those two cards. So in other words, the two cards right below that. Two sixes. The Lovers is number 6 in the major arcana. And is a card that can talk about decisions. I do not think we are talking about a soulmate, but for those of you, keep in mind this is a general reading, right? Might resonate a little bit different for each of you. For some of you, this resentment or this grudge, the argument here could be based over some sort of romantic rival, much like the grumpy old men. I'm pretty sure Jack Lemmon was mad at Walter Matthau because he stole a woman. So we have a long-term grudge. This is not like I decided last Tuesday that I don't like your face, so I'm going to try to find a way to mess with you. No, this is like, it's been 20 years since I first started hating you. Hello, Julio. How are you doing? Oh, sending you a hug, Rachel. So we have 10 of Wands and the Queen of Wands. So this makes me think of that person holding the knife behind the King of Swords. Like, maybe I could get these two to stop fighting. Maybe I could, you know, have a conversation or point a few things out, and then these two could, like, let go of that grudge, or we could just, like, move on with our lives and not have to worry about this all the time. And I do think that in Grumpy Old Men, the son tried to do that, right? Because the son, I'm pretty sure, had, like, a big old crush on Jack Lemmon's daughter? Yeah. This is the Noisy Tarot. Page of Wands, Ace of Wands in the reverse, Two of Pentacles. This is planning for someone else's failure. So I'm going to do something that makes you ruin what you are trying to accomplish. So in Grumpy Old Men, it was, I don't know, maybe a good example would be when there's a fish thrown into the back seat of Walter Matthau's car. Ugh. Sounds awful. Now, if we kept our car clean, you would notice that there was a fish in your back seat and wouldn't turn into a problem. But in this case, you did not. Hello, Carrie. How are you doing? Five of Wands. So it looks like the choice is, are you going to continue this grudge? Are you going to continue to carry like resentment or anger towards this person? Or are we done? Can we like move on? So we have the Ace of Pentacles. What is this, like a Trojan horse? So the King of Swords is planning something. And their plan is to make somebody fail, or to make someone look silly, or make them not get what they want, right? And I feel like they dress it up as, I'm giving you good advice, or I'm lending you something that you need, or sure, you can drive my car. I don't know. There's something here where it's like, I'll make it just a little bit less than obvious that what my goal is to mess with you. So there might have been some friendliness amidst the competition or negative energy, which could suggest that we're dealing with siblings or coworkers. Maybe there's a sense of, I can't necessarily just like walk away from this person, so I should probably try to be at least like a little bit nice. James, you tell me, you don't see any love lessons in Grumpy Old Men? All right then. Let's talk about this. You say it's about fishing. What about the dude who owned the fishing like market, like where you could go get the bait? He's giving, as I would say, like the message of the movie, a lesson to the men about how their stupid grudge is ruining an opportunity for one of them to be happy in love, because they're so focused on their little battle that they miss out on, what is it, Anne Margaret? I can't remember. So respectfully, I disagree. Fishing is a key element of the movie, but it is about, it's time for you to be honest with yourself about what you want and what's real in life, because this King of Swords is very much so focused on cutting someone else down. I want their goals to fail. I want them to get fired. I want them to get rejected. And that, my friend, is a waste of your time. So love is more important than hate, would be the message I think that Grumpy Old Men is about, and also this particular general reading. So stop hating on someone, stop trying to tear someone else down, stop making all of these plans and strategies. There's new stuff out there. There's other things that you could be investing in, right? That's the lesson from that movie. And this person is being put in a situation. The King of Swords is being, it's like a call to action. Like, are you always going to be acting like you're 13 years old, or could we forgive and let go of the situation so that you can focus on what's really important, right? Hello, Frederick. How are you doing? Yeah, catfishes would be dangerous. It's a James show. All right. Wow, we have another Two of Wands. And another Knight of Wands, and the Five of Pentacles. So making these plans, waging war, or always being like focused on what can I do to make you look bad, has left the King of Wands in the reverse broke. Or maybe they don't have friends. Maybe their family got sick of them. Maybe, I don't know, man. If you focus too much on revenge, it's not, you don't have anything left to focus on other things or invest in other pursuits. So they're maybe losing energy, or maybe they have spent too much money or not made enough money. Or maybe they're literally losing their friends because the only thing that they can talk about is how much they hate this person. Hello, Hooks. Oh, I hope your days improve. Yes. Brad says, seek justice, not vengeance. And I concur. And hello, Brad. Or Bradley. I don't know what I'm supposed to call you. We've got the Seven of Cups. The choice, right? We had the Lovers. This is in the same column. So the choice is, are you going to give up this need to argue with this person or to fight with this person? Or are you really that obsessed with the grudge that you hold? Hello. How we doing, Stephanie? I'm going to write that down for you real quick. What does AA and CF think about me as a colleague? Awesome. I've added that. Thank you, Stephanie. Yeah, I agree, Lemonade. I hope that changes for you, James. Temperance in the reverse. Magician. Justice in the reverse, and the Moon in the reverse. So we have this person who's super convinced that the best way to handle the situation is to be controlling, trying to find a way to influence how people view their enemy, trying to influence the outcomes of their actions, or convince people to do not so nice things to them. I hope there's no magic in this, but we've got the Moon in the reverse, which kind of makes me a little bit nervous about it, to be honest. With the Justice card in the reverse. This is not about justice, this is about revenge, that's for sure. But I think they're about to learn a little bit of a lesson here. Hello, Ronaldo. How are you doing today? Hello, Trilobite. What else do we have? The Star, Judgment in the reverse, and the Knight of Wands. This is about like public humiliation or public rejection. I want, like, they're mad, so this magician is looking at the situation and thinking, I want to find a way to make that person look stupid or be judged harshly in front of a loud crowd. How can I make sure that they get canceled, or how can I make sure that everybody hates them? How can I make sure that they don't get more work, or that their friends abandon them? I want them to feel like they have no other option forward, or they have no path forward. Whoever this King of Wands magician is. You are causing yourself more problems than your enemy. You are causing, like, you are signing yourself up for some bad karma, homie. Let's not do that. You over here with your thumbs up thinking everything's going to be fine. You don't realize there's someone behind you with a knife. Like, come on. Could be karma, right? Two of Cups in the reverse. Magician in the reverse, and the Lovers. So this feels to me like we have someone who loses sight of what's really important and gets so focused on this need for revenge or need to make somebody look silly that they lose opportunities, friends, or people that care about them. This fight or this battle from the Lovers with those two snakes, they thought, this magician was like, oh, I can just like, you know, kind of pause everything else in my life and really focus on this revenge that I want. And that's going to be how I get what I want. But it's looking to them now that it's actually been the way that they lose everything that they had. You can be so focused on what you want that you lose what you already have. And I have the perfect story as an analogy for that that'll probably make you laugh at me. So picture 18-year-old Carmen getting to know some people at college and trying to make some friends. And there was this tree outside of the dorm where some folks were hanging out, and I don't know why, but they were like comparing how high they could kick and trying to kick the lowest branch of this tree. And I was like, you guys, I got this. I can do it. Now, I am not tall, so I don't know why I thought I was going to be able to do it. And I'm also like not some karate expert or anything, but I was like, I can kick pretty high. This is going to be great. Now, I was so focused on my left leg reaching the branch, or, you know, the specific height, right, that I forgot completely, I mean entirely forgot about the fact that I had a second leg that needed to remain on the ground for me to not fall. So when I went to go kick, I went, whoop. I don't think I made that noise, thankfully, but I fell right on my bum. And I probably looked a little dumb. It's because I was so focused on what I wanted to do that I was not able to focus as much as I needed to on what still needed to happen. This person is forgetting all of the things that they have to do for their own life because they're so focused on trying to make someone else look bad, and they're about to fall in the butt. Yes, I agree. Hello, F, how are you doing? Hello, Carla. Oh, come on now, Hooks. I share a story with you and you out here just saying clumsy much? Okay. See how it is? I'm asking to be laughed at and you still have to be like that? Hello, Carla. How are you doing? Yeah, no, I think that's probably what did actually happen. Hello, Carrie. How's it going? So we've got the situation stack. We've got somebody who is insatiable. And they're looking for some sort of the right time to do something, right? This is why I feel like they have a plan. They want to make someone look stupid. They want to, like, mess with their technology. I don't know why, but the thing that just popped in my mind is when like artists are trying to have a concert outdoors and the technology isn't working, like they have technical issues, like pretty sure Grimes, Mariah Carey, those would be two examples. This is somebody who's trying to get something to go wrong or to make someone look like they were unprepared or they didn't really do what they needed to do. But I think the person that they're trying to mess with already knows that this person wants to mess with them. And maybe they're finding a way to block that energy. I just feel like they're smarter than the magician. Okay. We have crushed, sad, broken, feeling alone, threatened, embarrassed, appearances, and trash, discarding, throwing out. So this is the goal, right? The magician or the King of Wands in reverse, the King of Swords, that's all the same person, right? This is the person who wants to make their enemy or their opponent or their romantic rival, they want to make them look like a clown. They want to make them embarrassed. They want to make them feel like nobody really wants to be around them or nobody is choosing them. But the problem is, with this trash card, I feel like they're ignoring their intuition because it's clarifying the alien card. So it's like you could be putting together a better plan. You could be, you know, affecting the outcome you actually wanted. But this person is so focused on their, like, I don't know if I want to use that word, so focused on this rival of theirs and tripping them up, that they're losing their intuition. They're losing their senses. They're going a little bit crazy. Yeah. All they think about is messing with this person. I want to see what you're doing. I want to know what's important to you. And then I'm going to come up with a plan to, like, make that fall apart for you. Like, live your own life. Dang. So that Knight of Swords person, I don't know why I'm calling him a Knight of Swords. They're in the background of the King of Swords, okay? But they got a sword. They got a knife. And that represents truth. This is someone who knows something about what the magician's getting into, about what the magician has been trying to make happen. And I feel like this is someone who has good memories with that magician individual. And it's like, I'm disappointed in you because I thought that you were a person of integrity, or I thought you had more character. I thought you would be able to let this go, and instead you're like fixated. This is the Kipper. I agree, James. And the people who aren't really deserving of being in your inner circle, look, a lot of times they don't need any help looking like a clown. They don't need you to be putting the makeup on their face or the little red nose on them. They're real capable of making themselves look like a clown all on their own. This is why I encourage you to forgive and just like move on. Let go of the negative energy. Move away from it, you know? It can be toxic. So I don't know that I really needed to tell you that, because the mature woman card here is telling me, whoever I'm reading, you know these things. I think part of the reason this reading is 100% focused on the magician's mind and what they're thinking about and obsessing over is because you're over here like living your own life. You're not thinking about this person. You're like, yeah, they hate me, but whatever. They can do whatever they want with their time. Just because it says mature woman does not mean that you have to be a woman. The maturity is the important part, right? You understand what's going on here, but you're not feeding the troll. You're not giving in to, oh, let's have like a battle of words. And no, you're like, whatever. You got stuff you want to say, cool, put it in an envelope. Maybe I'll read it. Send it in an email. I don't know if I really care. But there are legal consequences headed towards this magician for whatever it is they're trying to do. Could impact your finances, especially if this person damages property of yours. I think we have somebody who doesn't really seem to take very seriously the idea of consequences or legality. This could be someone who has a family member in law enforcement or working for the courts, but we have legal consequences for someone who was trying to ruin another person's life. You're going to have issues, and it's partly because this person in the background of the King of Swords card has this information. Yeah, community. There's a friend or a family member who's like, yeah, no, I can vouch for the fact that this person was taking it too far, or was stalking, or was, you know, obsessing over this person. It's too much. That was a good song. Hello, Ren. How are you doing? Where are we at? 28. Okay. We're going to get a few from the Gypsy Oracle. Moon walks on water. Instead of the zombie apocalypse, we have a clown apocalypse. So you're saying that already started, right? From where I'm sitting, it's already started. This is, did I already tell you? I think I did. The Gypsy Oracle. You have servant. Joyfulness. Young woman and sorrow. What are we fighting over here? So the servant and the joyfulness. This makes me feel there's people who feel a sense of allegiance to this King of Swords magician person. And they're asked to do something. It's kind of like if you have a wedding, you're probably going to have a flower girl, a ring bearer. Maybe you have somebody that plays the piano, or maybe you have somebody who's going to play the harp. But these are people who join together to make something happen, and I feel like that's the energy here. We have this King of Swords who I think is leveraging other people to help this plan without telling them what the plan actually is. And it's all geared towards how can I get this person to feel like they've lost something that's important to them or something that is like treasured. Hello, Third Eye. What's up? I'm doing well. I wish it was a little hotter, though. I'm ready for them to open the swimming pools of the world. You catch a little bit of a tan. All right, so we've got constancy, frivolity, and haughtiness. I always feel like I have to explain it's H-A-U-G-H-T, not H-O-T-T-I-E type haughty. Haughty with a body. I do feel like this is someone who feels like they have, like it's like they're entitled. I should be the one that wins this contest, or I should be the one who gets the promotion. Or I should be the one who gets the girl, whatever it is. They're convinced like I should be the one who gets what they want. I should be able to always get what I want. And I think they're being told no. I think they're getting some trouble as well. We have service. Conversation and surprise. So take it how it resonates. But some of you are dealing with a person who has employees around them, or maybe they really do have a maid that overheard something. But for others of you, this is a friend or an acquaintance that has been kind of looped into a strategy or a plan, and it was meant to mess with the romantic rival or opponent of this magician. But these people are starting to realize, you like signed me up to like cause problems for someone and didn't even tell me what I was doing. You told me rumors just because you wanted to make sure that I spread those rumors for you. You wanted me to do the work for you. So it's like they recruited people to hate on their enemy, but didn't like give them a heads up on it, which is interesting. It's a choice. Hello, Rick. How are you doing? You can't always get what you want. It's true. It's true. Hello, Flash. I hope your day gets better. I think we are going to start. Well, let me just do one more. I think I want. What was it? The Gothic Tarot. I just want to know if this person is going to like refocus their energy, because they seem a little obsessed, right? They really need to just let go of this resentment and focus on their own stuff. Six of Cups, Seven of Swords. I don't see it. This person's still lying. It's like it's easier for them if they can believe that you're like the worst. So we have the World in the reverse. It's not over. I'm having a great time. I love messing with this person. And I can usually find other people who don't even know what I'm doing and loop them in, and they help me too. So what's that like? That would be like spreading a rumor saying someone hit on your friend's boyfriend, you know, when they really didn't. I do feel like there's manipulative games here, trying to get someone to feel ostracized or like not part of the group, right? TJ, you are already on thin ice with me. Now, I know a lot of people would appreciate your Ms. Carmen as a honey bun, but I don't. I think I make it pretty clear on this channel that if you want to be complimentary or kind or even like, I don't know, try to date someone in the live chat, that's cool. That's up to them, right? But I am not here for you to hit on me, and I also feel like you've said some kind of questionable things. So Tite, let's step it up a little bit, okay? Now this is an 18+ channel, so I'm assuming that you're an adult and that you're capable of that. But I'm gonna need you to treat me with respect. Otherwise I'm gonna block you from my channel, okay? Eight of Pentacles. Three of Pentacles in the reverse. This person ends up losing friends because of their lie. Their lies come out and their acquaintances or friends or family members are like, were you trying to involve me in your drama? Were you trying to make me cause some problems for someone without even letting me know? I think this person's starting to get even more isolated or lose some of that community or that social community that they had around them, right? And with the Four of Swords in the reverse, it's because they refuse to let go of this problem. Forgive, move on, let go, focus on the things that are important for your life. This person's struggling to do that or just like refusing to do that, basically. All right, let's see. This is the Bianco Nero. Uh-huh. Did I say hello to Ryder? I can't remember. Oh, did I miss a comment from Third Eye? Would you say Third Eye? Oh, that could be worse. You're good, Third Eye. You got some credit with me. Hello, Yarv. How are you doing? I just like, yo, if you're gonna tell me that I'm hot, honey bun, really? Like, don't tell me I'm hot. I don't freaking care. I don't. That's not what I'm here for. But like, honey bun, it's a weird one, right? Yeah. All right, so we've got Stephanie with what does AA and CF think about me as colleagues or as a colleague? I'm going to separate this to two so that, you know, just in case AA and CF think differently about you, Stephanie, we can get those opinions. What does AA think about Stephanie as a colleague? Queen of Pentacles, the Moon, Queen of Cups, and the Three of Pentacles in the reverse. So it looks like AA feels that you are reliable, but secretive. That you are kind or friendly or generally easy to work with, but maybe the work is not necessarily up to their standards. Three of Swords and the World. I do feel like this person has said not great things about your work. And I wonder whether or not they have been honest with themselves or done right by observing your work, or like the way that they're deciding how they feel about you as a coworker. It feels a bit biased to me. Hello, Aya, how are you doing? It's true. Sorry, I'm just trying to figure out something in the live chat real quick. Oh, I missed Head Captain. How are you doing? Okay. Hello, Harisha. I hope I said that wrong. Or is it Harsha? How are you doing? You're welcome, Carrie. So how does CF think about Stephanie as a colleague? Someone flipped over. Where'd you go? There you are. Wheel of Fortune in the reverse. Knight of Wands in the reverse. Knight of Swords in the reverse. Why do I feel like these people are lying about you? I don't know if you like worked on the same project or if it's like, you know, highly competitive. Maybe this person's just kind of gossipy, but I do feel like this is someone who talks negatively about your work. Ace of Wands in the reverse, Two of Pentacles in the reverse, and the Queen of Wands. So even though these two do seem to be a little bit questionable in terms of how they view or talk about you, I do think that there is some instability in their lives that cause them to kind of react this way. And I do feel like they're jealous of you. I do feel like there's something that they wish they had, or I do feel like they talk more negatively about you because you intimidate them, or they feel threatened by you. Maybe they feel you're smarter, and therefore then they have to say these things, because I feel like they're exaggerating or they're biased in how they look at you, right? Aw, thank you, Boone. I appreciate that. And I would say Allfather Odin would appreciate that I have some rose malling on my desk. I can't remember what's in here. Oh, I didn't know that was in here. Another little rock. Okay. Okay. And we got Frida. Or sorry, you probably can't see that quite yet. Freya, right there. I think I said Frida. Sorry, guys. Thank you, Mark. Let me write that down real quick. Or actually, I just finished Stephanie, so let's see what we got for you. Yeah, that totally makes sense. So, okay. They're like influencing each other then. So let me get a different tarot deck, but we've got Mark up next. And this is the Weird Cat Tarot. Will Sue and Becky be fired for lying at work about me? Since we have two people, I'm going to separate that into two different questions, just in case. Will Sue get fired for lying at work? No. Interesting that it's the Queen of Swords in the reverse, which is a card that talks about dishonesty. I feel like this is like you get written up or you got a warning, okay? Like this is not cool. Maybe there's some issues as far as like I can't really replace this person very easily, or there would be some problems with regards to level of service offered. But I do feel like this is cutting into their reputation or making it easier for a company to feel justified in firing them. And what about Becky? Will Becky be fired? Becky might be fired. You got an Eight of Swords here, which is also a card that can talk about, well, like incarceration. I don't think it's really incarceration. But I do feel like this is someone who makes matters worse. See how we have the Five of Swords? It's like Becky is doing something here to undermine her situation even more, lashing out at somebody when they ask about it, or lashing out at the team at large. So I feel like the ice is thinner for Becky. Oh, it's all because I'm half Norwegian. And if you ask me what my favorite country is, I would probably be tempted to say Norway. I do have a very strong love for Mexico as well. But Norway, they're just like the nicest people there. And I love lefse and salmon and cheese for breakfast. So you're welcome, Mark. I hope that you find that karma does its work. All right, I'm gonna leave it there, y'all. I gotta run some errands, but I will be back in a little bit. And remember, if you are in the Stars or Towers tier for my membership, we've got a members only live stream in about 4 hours and 20 minutes. All right, I will see you there. Toodles.